'cause I love this land. It takes my breath away.
Welcome to Texas 10. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Red River Steve.
I knew that's what you were going to be because we're going to the Red River. We are heading about as far north as you can in Texas. We're going to Gainesville, Texas, to Cooke County.
Okay, well, it is far north, but you can go a lot farther north in the Panhandle.
Well, we aren't on the Panhandle. We're on the Red River.
Well, the Panhandle is in Texas.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Whatever.
Right. But
we're going far north without being in the Panhandle.
And so Gainesville is the county seat of Cooke County, and it is sort of in that crook there. And it's right on Highway 82. And what we did is we took a trip. We started in Gainesville. We went all the way to Texarkana and sort of followed the Red River.
Yep. And you can cross over into another country when you're at Gainesville. If you're like me and you think Texas just should be its own country.
It was once, you know.
It was.
Right.
Let's talk about
Oklahoma never was.
No.
Right.
Let's talk about Gainesville. It is really a great town. I really enjoyed our time there.
It was awesome. We started there on a Friday night, and things got off to a bang because we went to the county seat. Where else could we go other than the county seat restaurant? Right there on the corner in downtown.
And it was delicious.
It was great. It was cold and windy, if you'll remember. It was a spring day. And winter sort of reared its head again, as it will do in North Texas. And it was just warm and cozy in there, and the food was comforting.
The food was delicious.
Yes.
So that, I would say, I highly recommend.
Right.
And then the next day, of course, we started at the county courthouse. And it's fine.
It's not one of those courthouses you hold your nose up at, but it is a little bit institutional.
It's functional.
Yes.
It serves its purpose. And it doesn't really have a square, but they have a great main street, and it has amazing shopping.
It's an amazing, it is. Main Street, Gainesville, thumbs up.
And I think one of my favorite stops was there is a jewelry store that's been there since 1889. Yes, 1880. Kinney's, Kinnes. And I think I'm saying it's right, Kinney's. And when you walk in, it has the original showcase, counters or whatever. They're beautiful pieces of furniture with beautiful jewelry in it. They have the original old safes. In fact, they were so lovely. They kind of showed us all around and told us the story of the jewelry store. And even if you're not going to buy jewelry, although they would prefer that you do, it was just fun to go in and talk to them. And it also reminded me of kind of the old traditional jewelry stores. You could also, in old traditional jewelry stores, you could get beautiful jewelry and beautiful clocks. And they did. They had beautiful clocks as well.
Yes. So Kenny's was great. It is near the State Theater, which I really liked. It's a restored theater. So thumbs up to all of the towns that restored their theaters. And the State was awesome. And like we said, it's a pretty long street. And we were saying Main Street. I don't really remember if that's the name of the street, but it is the main street. And there were boutique after boutique after boutique. Fun for the guys.
Really great shopping for the girls. And I can't name them all. They'll be on our website on Texas 10. But it is definitely worth a great Saturday's worth of shopping.
Right.
And then we kind of went off the Main Street path, and we saw a gallery, and it immediately caught my eye because my parents were travelers and they had Airstreams. And she had beautiful paintings of Airstreams, which you can see in our kind of painting of the week, our picture of the week that Steve has. And she just captured the Airstream life. Paige Davidson was the artist, and I just loved her.
So, and Paige was there this morning. It's her studio as well as her gallery. And we had a nice conversation with Paige, and she told us how she'd sort of started in Austin and had done some stuff, but she's a great working artist from a smaller town, and she's making it work, and I really enjoyed that story. And she had things from a little bit to quite a bit in terms of expense. And I believe, if I'm remembering this right, the space had been in her family.
Yes.
And
it had been an auto parts store.
Exactly. And she sort of told about the renovation. So you could tell it was near and dear to her heart. And she's a real community type person. So that was great. And Airstreams, I mean, her parents were cool. And
so cool.
They weren't hip, but they were very cool people. And Airstreams are just so hip.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it had the family component to it, and then it is visually catching.
I didn't get to leave with a Paige Davidson that day, but I fully plan to acquire a Paige Davidson
someday. A Paige Davidson.
And then there's other really cool things. Like, did you know that Gainesville was a big place for the circus?
I did know that.
It was like a training ground for the circus.
And it was a very community thing. And they're still very proud of it because they have the Circus Museum in Gainesville.
Yes, where you can see aerialists. And I mean, it's really very cool. And so that's definitely worth a stop. It was one of the things we were most excited about.
And I think it's one of the things Gainesville is still most known for. So Texas travelers, people that do this like us, and people that are spending some time in the area, that's always sort of a must do. And we didn't get to go, but they also had a great community playhouse, like a theater there. So that looked like a lot of fun. And then if you go down all the way to what we're calling Main Street, sort of down to the train tracks there, they have and I don't know if it was a restored building. It looked like it was in good shape, larger building. And then that probably had something to do with the trains. And then they had the restored gas station.
Yes.
Always.
Well, and they had the train depot, which was beautiful. But the restored gas station was very, very cool.
Love the restored gas station.
You love
What is it about the restored gas stations that are just so cool?
Well, I know what it is, because you can just see the guy running out in his white outfit, and he would check your tires, and he'd wash your windshield, and he'd fill it up for you, and you got to just stay in your car.
Well, we're not quite that old. I don't ever remember that as a driver.
Oh, no, but I remember it as a kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't really, and maybe I just blocked that, but
nope,
you see it in the movies and shows and always think, man, that's a great idea. I wish somebody would do that. But with gas prices being what they are now, I guess you don't want to add on to it. So,
but anyway, it was very cool. So Gainesville, and then there was, where else did we eat?
So on Saturday morning, we went to Sarah's on the Square.
And we love, as you know, diners and breakfast, and it was really good. So my advice is get to Gainesville early enough, have breakfast, and then start your shopping and really enjoy all that. Go to the museum and then end at the county line.
County seat.
The county seat.
Right. The other thing is, you didn't do this, but I got up early and I actually went to the Red River. Just that the Red River is such a Western thing, and it does separate that area of it. It separates us and Oklahoma, and you used to have cattle crossings. When they started driving cattle north, the Red River was a big obstacle, and I can see why. I mean, it's a real river. Sometimes in Texas, you drive across a river and you're like, where's the water?
Right.
Red River is not like that, and it's red. The water is red.
There's a lot of red dirt up there.
There is. So I did that just as sort of a touch place. And on the way back, there's an interesting little ranch that their gate and their outside, it's all made out of chess pieces.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was really sort of interesting, a rook and a king here. And it's like, they had extra time to come up. Most ranchers don't have extra time like that.
Well, I mean, Gainesville had a real creative feel to it. You had the circus people, you've got artists, so it's
Paige Davidson.
Yeah, right? So it's kind of a creative. It's where creatives go, maybe.
Okay, all right. So I hadn't thought of it that way, but that is something that's interesting to me, is that you don't think so much of people in the oil field or the cowboys being creatives, but they really, really are. The Western art, all the music, I guess they had to fill up their time, and it sort of speaks to human nature as to we're working hard. We're out on the frontier, and yet we still make art.
So you got to have some time for rest and relaxation and what fills your cup, right?
I guess so. Well,
so we really recommend that you take a stop in Gainesville. The Circus Museum, a highlight. Paige Davidson's studio was a huge highlight for me. Some place to get some good victuals, and then you can see where Texas ends.
Right. And Oklahoma begins.
Well, join us on YouTube, like and share on Facebook and Instagram, and get out there and go to the Red River.
Exactly. Take your cattle to the Red River and then draw something and sing something.
Or your donkey.
Right. So, all right. So, and tell a friend about Texas 10. Word of mouth is the best.
And I love this land. It takes my breath away. From the Palo Duro to the Gulf Coast plain. From the heart of the hill country to the piney wood shade. I love this land. It takes